This is Slaughter Reviews. We are reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh, is it Godzilla versus Kong or is it Kong versus Zilla?
No, it's definitely Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla comes first because he's got more movies.
Yeah, he's got a shit ton of movies.
Dude, there's 32.
The transformations between the Godzillas, too, between all the movies, are just...
ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
They came... I think the last one was like 80s or 90s. And then...
What?
Now?
No.
Yeah.
No. Last Godzilla movie was like 2016.
No, I'm saying before this trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
There was a big gap.
1990.
Yeah.
1990 was the first American one.
Yeah, well, they got all the Japanese ones, too.
Yeah. I'm just saying from the American.
Definitely.
Overall, though, the movie, it's a good movie. Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, very enjoyable movie. Very, like I said, aesthetically pleasing on the eyes, the colors. The CGI in it is fantastic. Just the water effects off both of them. For CGI, it's pretty good.
The water fight, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was intense. Only thing I didn't like about the water fight, though, was the fucking... when they jump on the goddamn boat, on the carrier...
It didn't tip over?
It didn't break. You're gonna tell me these two fat fucks can jump on that thing like no problem?
Probably not.
Like, Kong jumped from one boat to the other like a damn skipping stone.
Yeah. But he does that on buildings too and they don't break.
It doesn't make sense!
Yeah. Definitely, because he's pretty big.
You're so bad at this. What
know.
is your problem?
I don't know what to say about it. I didn't really like the movie.
I honestly love the fighting scenes. The fighting scenes were good. The ending of the fighting scenes sucked. But like the characters, like the human characters, there was no fucking reason for them, honestly. No reason for, like, I get the Kong aspect storyline, so he can get the axe. You know what I mean? But the Zilla portion.
Into my big problem. This is not a Kong's origin movie. This is Godzilla vs. Kong. They focus way too much on Kong's.
It felt like more of a Kong movie. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They focus way too much on Kong, and then Godzilla just came up and said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Broke a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So for that reason, that's why I didn't really like it that much.
Storyline, I wasn't a fan.
No, the storyline was garbage.
Yeah. I'd have to give this storyline out of 5. I'd have to probably give it like a 2.
I think they should have had a Kong origin movie and then done this. Because Godzilla's just getting all angry with Mechagodzilla.
He got his ass whooped.
Yeah,
Mecha was whooping both their ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. And you didn't even see, like, all of Mechagodzilla's weapons
and
that
abilities
he has in his action figure. Like, he didn't use his chest piece. He didn't use, like, a bunch of other weapons that they put on him and kind of hinted at in previous movies that were coming.
Yeah,
so
I feel like that was just a filler at the end, honestly.
Yeah, they kind of just threw him in just because that's how it was.
Because it could have been its own movie.
Oh yeah.
Mechagodzilla could have been its own movie. That could have been
a
whole nother movie series.
They could have done Mechagodzilla and Godzilla, and then they could have done Kong Origins, and then did Kong vs. Godzilla, or Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right.
And it would have been intense.
It would have been way better.
Oh, dude.
But the fact of, like...
Oh, yeah.
There's only 3 fight scenes? 2, technically.
Yeah, the first one was kind of like just hugging each other.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of Godzilla just destroying shit and breaking everything, and then...
The only thing I can honestly say I hate, though, is, like, right, they make King Kong and Godzilla to be these bad, fucking monsters, you know what I mean? But then, like, you watch any Godzilla film before this, he towers King Kong. He is, like, 4 times the size of King Kong, but then in this movie, they shrunk him down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get it, they had to make it a fair fight, but it's like...
They wrote something about how King Kong got bigger, but they didn't really touch on it in the movie.
No, they didn't tell you about it at all.
No.
But, like, 2, King Kong, throughout the whole movie, is getting help from humans. You know what I mean? He never actually fights the battle 1v1 until the last fight scene. Even when they go down in the Hollow Earth, they still gotta help him. He's such this bad monkey, but yeah, he's getting his ass whooped by a flying snake.
Yeah. That was kind of cheesy. But, like, the people helping him against Godzilla, that's stupid. Every Godzilla movie where they shoot rockets at, I just want to punch all of them in the face.
Right. How many times are you going to shoot that man and throw literal planes at him and realize that it doesn't do anything but piss him off?
They give him more fucking power because the nuke didn't do enough.
After the first bomb hits him, you know what I mean? And he takes it like stubbing your toe.
It's
you know what I mean?
healing
He's like, oh, shit.
It's healing him.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, they literally fly F-18 jets into the side of this guy, and he doesn't even flinch. And what do? We're like, oh, more rockets. Yeah. I mean...
They just shot all their missiles at a lizard that feeds off of radiation and nuclear power.
The thing that I enjoyed the most out of this movie, though, was, like, how they actually made a clear winner of that fight, though.
They didn't.
They did!
Bro, what?
King Kong's heart stopped.
They revived him.
It doesn't matter. With your heart, if you had to get defibrillized in a fight, you got your ass whooped.
Okay, then Godzilla got his ass whooped.
By Mecha. He got his ass whooped by Mecha?
By Ghidorah.
Yes, he did. He 100% did get his ass whooped by Ghidorah.
Yeah.
And then he came back as a literal nuke.
From a nuke.
And he literally walked through a neighborhood burning it to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
King Kong got his ass whooped 5 times in that movie. 5 times. Twice by Godzilla. 3 times by other things.
They should have done that final fight. That little stare off that they had at the end.
Oh my god, the end.
That pissed me off.
Right, they give him the respect nod, like, alright, we cool now. Like, no! No, we are not!
No. Godzilla is the king of monsters. Or titans. And he's just like, yeah, you're still staying. I'll get you another day.
Do you know what I got a strong feeling of from this movie, though? Pacific Rim. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
This movie had, like, just screamed Pacific Rim at me the whole time.
That's because they were trying to catch up. There's no water battles in any of the new Godzillas.
Well, yeah.
So I think that they were trying to focus more on that part. And you never see him crawl. And he was crawling everywhere.
Yeah, that was really weird.
He's got little fucking arms. That ain't holding up that fat ass head. The fuck? I don't care how fucking strong you are. Those little arms ain't holding up that fat ass head.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. When it showed the first time when Godzilla is attacking the power plant, I'm not even gonna lie. I paused it and I looked at my girl and I went, man, they made Godzilla thick in this movie. They made him thick.
His legs are big as hell. And Mecha Godzilla
built like Jimmy Neutron's mom, bro.
Oh man. And then Mecha Godzilla, he was fucking a twig, holding up all that. Yeah, sure, he's
like rocket thrusters
still,
and shit, though.
All that fucking weight, and his legs were fucking tiny. Dude, you saw his
Yeah,
legs?
it's like they took 2 little I-beams and they were like, I could support it.
Took Godzilla's fucking arms and put them on his legs. Like, what? No.
Yeah, they were tiny. I didn't like the fact with Mecha. You know, like, I was so thrilled. You know, when I seen it, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great scene. And then it was like, garbage. It was garbage. You know what I mean? Like, all he did to, like, Kong and Zilla was, like, just grab their heads and, like, swipe them through buildings. That's all he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He tried doing other things, but one of them would jump in. So, like, I kind of give him credit for that. They did try. They did show that he could do other things, but he didn't succeed on any of them.
Right.
Which was kind of stupid. But I would have liked to see Mecha more.
Yeah, it would have been nicer to have a...
Godzilla fans love Mecha.
Yeah.
And they kind of made him just,
Kind of, yeah, really weak.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I get, like, he whooped both their ass 1v1 in the fights, but then when they tag team him... Done. But it's...
Which, I mean, 2v1.
The thing that was confusing me the most, though, when they're shooting the beams at each other, when Mecha and Zilla are shooting their beams, you know, wouldn't Godzilla just be getting stronger since he absorbs radiation?
No, because his beam was a laser. It wasn't radiation.
But what the hell's powering that laser? Radiation. Remember, because they drilled in the core? I'm just... food for thought on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, at the same time, they built Mecha specifically to beat Godzilla. It's like a fighter that trains his whole life to beat one fighter. He's clearly gonna win.
Right, like some guy who like trains his whole life just to whoop Conor McGregor's ass.
Built specifically to beat Godzilla. If you fuck up, you suck. Like, that's your only fucking job, is to beat Godzilla. That's all you have to do.
You had one job.
And, I mean, he did. He would have beat Godzilla 100%.
Oh, easily. Easily.
100%.
He was a gunner.
Oh, yeah.
He was throwing around like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He had those rockets and shit. I'm sorry, but when he like did that little, when they were running at each other, and he did that rocket thruster slide across him, dude, and they came at him with that Superman punch, I was like, oh!
That was pretty cool.
Oh! It was nice to see, you know, that like little bit of like human training and like built into that robot.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be controlled by that dude.
Right.
And Ghidorah. They used Ghidorah's head to
brain, whatever
DNA thing, whatever scientific bullshit they were trying to do, but you know, he still got his ass whooped.
Yeah. Like, cause Ghidorah whooped Kong's ass.
Or not Ghidorah's the king.
Yeah.
Ghidorah's
Zilla.
like legitly the king, and Godzilla is the one that said "fuck you" and went off in his own little deal.
I'm gonna go fuck Tokyo up for a bunch of years.
Right. Fuck them.
I do love, though, in like every Godzilla movie, though, they find the one person, like the most Asian person they could find to say Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like the little chubby fat kid in this movie. For some reason, when he says, instead of saying like, "Oh, it's Mecha Godzilla," he goes, "It's Mecha Godzilla." Like, what? Why do you say it like that, dude? Like, you spoke perfect English this whole movie, and now like we gotta go to it's Godzilla.
They gotta like keep the Japanese.
And like the monkey trainer girl, she's terrible at her job at being a mother. I'm just gonna throw that. She's a terrible mother.
That little girl did whatever the fuck she wanted. She really did.
Right.
No bullshit. She's like fucking what? 8? 10?
Right.
10 max.
And they got her in a cage with a giant monkey. And they're like, go do whatever you want, man.
Around.
Right.
Little monkey in her hand with the big monkey just fucking looking at her.
Right. She's on the boat, middle of a rainstorm in the wide open sea.
Right.
She's out there standing there. You know, mom's like, it's fine.
Two giant ass titans are just fucking killing each other. Where's my daughter? Right. Oh yeah, she's over there with the gorilla.
Yeah, she's standing on the gorilla.
Yeah. She's holding on for a ride. Fucking dumbass.
But like, for my scoring rating on this one, man, I'm gonna have to go with 2.5 storyline. Quality of the movie, I give it a 4. I give the quality a 4.
Out of 10? Or a 5?
Out of 5. Out of 10, I give it an 8.
Quality,
yeah.
I'm at an 8.
Yeah.
There was great pictures, everything went good.
For like I said earlier, for it being a CGI movie, I mean, it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when they drop him off in the snow, you know, and he shakes it off. It looked. I mean, it's very aesthetically pleasing watching this movie.
Yeah, they definitely put all their chips in that one. You could tell.
Yeah, you could tell they blew that budget out on CGI.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You kind of had to.
Oh yeah.
Storyline though, just since it was Godzilla vs Kong, I'm gonna go with like a 4. It was not a Godzilla vs Kong. It was a Kong original with Godzilla jumping in here and there.
It was a Kong origin with Zilla just coming in casually.
Yeah. That's really what it came down
You
to.
didn't give it a 4 for storyline?
Yeah, because the storyline's Godzilla vs Kong. It's not Kong Origins.
I'm giving it a 2. I'm sticking with my 2.
They stuck with the Kong origin story, so like for that reasons why I'm giving it a little bit higher, because they did keep with the story, but the title does not match the story.
It should have been Kong and like Zilla sometimes.
Yeah. It should have been Kong gets ass whooped.
Right, right. Monkey gets ass whooped by iguana 9 times.
Prelim, not even main event. You know, fucking main event. Gorilla's sitting half the time. Fucking ass. Oh, and then he's done. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm tired."
He just
Building.
lays down. He's like, "Oh."
Puts his axe down perfectly where it just stands up. His building's holding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal.
Woo!
He's just like, yeah, I did a lot of work.
Got his ass rocked. He
Fucking-
sat down on the ground. He's like, I didn't catch my breath.
Swung the axe like 3 times, if that. Fucking tired, dude. You're a goddamn.
He
pro.
used the axe more on Mecha than he did Zilla.
Yeah.
I think he swung the axe like twice at Zilla. Didn't even collide with him ever.
Yeah, but when he blocked the beam with the axe, that was pretty badass.
In my head, though, I was like, why is Zilla aiming for the axe though?
That was.
You know what I mean? Like he's up. He has the axe above his head. What? Put your head down a little bit, Zilla. Just cut him. Cut him in half.
His mouth's open. You can't see his eyes are looking that way.
I did love though, the like when he was like done whooping his ass, when he put his fucking foot on his chest, dude, and he just screamed at him. I was like, oh.
You know, if you're looking at it logistically, Godzilla would have smashed Kong's chest.
Oh yeah.
Those legs were huge. Like, this man is just standing there leaning, so you know he's putting force, and not even like a fucking squeal or nothing. Like, bro, he's just like, yo,
realistically,
I
he would have.
bench. I bench trains for a living. Like, what the fuck?
It would have been like almost stepping on a cupcake. You know what I mean? Like you could put your foot slightly
Yeah.
above it, but the second you put any pressure,
Dude.
dude, he would have been like foot through his chest.
His thighs were the size of Kong. The dude, Godzilla was dumb thick.
Dude,
Like, this
dummy
motherfucker's
thick.
been working out, full gym.
Doing
all night.
squats.
Oh yeah, that's all he does. Fucking squats.
He had them TikTok yoga pants on.
Dude. Hell yeah. Sending those ass shots to those little girls that are fucking
What's up, ladies? Gym
3
time.
inches tall.
Right. What's another stat?
Acting. What do you give on acting?
What acting in the movie? My favorite character is the crazy conspiracy theorist
Yes.
dude. That guy
Yes.
made this movie.
Dude, he was
Without
fucking
him, this movie
hilarious.
would have been so dry.
Oh yeah.
So dry
But-
without him.
The girl, I forget her name. The girl from Stranger Things.
Ah.
She's good. I like her. She actually cares. And she's the only one that logically makes sense to anything that Godzilla's doing. And no one else can see that she's making sense. Everyone else just thinks he's fucking on his period.
Right. Like his
And
best.
she's like,
yeah.
no, dude, you guys are
Like,
fucking making
there's
something.
something
clearly."
provoking this man.
Yeah, but she's the only one that fucking sees it.
But it's the United Nations. How do you not see, like, they're like, oh my god, a random attack. When he's only attacking 2 power plants owned by the same company, don't you think at some point the United Nations be like, what the fuck are you up to? Like, what are you doing? Because whatever it is, he don't like it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think, like, her dad should have caught on because he's, like, a little bit separate. He's got a separate team. But, like, their team, they clearly knew what the fuck was going on. And they just kept moving on.
Their dad. her dad though, when she's like, Dad, listen to me. He's like, and he switches to like 1950s. He's like, I got Zilla killing everyone. Cut your pop some slack, huh, honey? I was like, whoa, who gave this man dialogue? Who wrote his lines?
Yeah, he was
I mean, honestly, like it.
He was weird.
Yeah, the girl and the crazy guy.
His acting was trash. But the little girl, and she's like a teenager.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah. About like 17, 16.
And her fucking friend, the pussy. Oh my god, he's not even dying, dude. He's like, why would we go in there? Let's go this way.
Right?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
They're like, no, let's go. And I'm like, oh my god.
When they go.
Of course, it's a fat kid being scared of everything.
When they break in the facility, though, dude, and they're running, and, like, you can see the cop leaned up against the bumper, and they're, like, 5 feet to the cop's left. I'm like, how do you not hear this burly guy who's a mouth breather through the whole movie, wearing Jingle Bell keys the whole time, going walking past you?
With a fat-ass mouth.
Right.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, man breathed like King Kong did the whole movie.
Except for when Godzilla was standing on him.
Yeah.
No, he's breathing fine. He's
Right.
like, yeah, that's what I needed in my life.
Right, that was the most time. It was like that man hit an inhaler, and he's like, I'm good, I can breathe.
Right?
Allergies ain't a thing down here.
Oh, that was terrible. There was a lot of flaws in the movie.
Acting, I'm going to go 5 out of 10.
5?
5 out of 10. Because there was no reason for any of it. If it wasn't for the Zilla people, you know, the ones on his side, I'd have to give it a 2. Because they're what made the movie actually enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Acting, I'm gonna have to go with. I'll give it a 6.
6? Oh.
Yeah, I like the comedy parts. You know, those two. You know, the three group. You know, the 2 kids and the fucking old conspiracy guy. They made the movie, 100%. You know, the daughter, the death daughter, she was pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know, like she could tell. You could tell that she felt something with Kong. Like you could actually feel that she did have a connection with him.
Yeah.
So for that, like.
And I like how they try to absorb you into it too by like when it was her perspective of it, like it would actually deafen the sound of the movie and it would just play like the bass feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I had a surround sound when I listened to it, so like, you know, just that bass feeling of it was like, okay, you're like, all right, that's Kong's heartbeat.
Yeah.
Or like, okay,
was
something's
cool.
moving around in the water that's not their boats.
This is definitely a movie that you'd want to watch in the theaters or if you have surround sound.
Wicked surround sound
If
too.
you don't have surround, it's like it's kind of like with Avatar. It's a totally different movie when you watch it from 3D to not. You watch it with surround sound. Godzilla vs. Kong is a totally different movie than without surround sound.
It rocks your house when you watch it with her surround sound. It
was
I had to turn my bass
crazy.
way down, dude.
Oh, I covered it up. Like, like fucking.
The old lady I was watching it at 4 a.m, so the old lady got mad at me.
Oh, dude, I was watching it at midnight. In the middle of the week. What, it was Wednesday?
Yeah, it came out Wednesday at 2 a.m.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I was watching
Fuck
it.
yeah, dude.
I was watching it at 4 a.m. She came out, dude, and it was like, grrr, and I was like, whoop, my bad.
Alright, so what about Thrill?
Thrill the movie?
Yeah.
Honestly, 7 out of 10. Only for the fight scenes, because they got you involved. You know what I mean? It was like watching a UFC fight. You know, you have your fighter that you want to win.
Your 3-round fight.
Right, but then it was like at the same time though, like, you know, when the opponent, you know, did a sick block or, you know, fucking counter it. Like some of Kong's right hooks and Superman punches, I was like, damn.
Yeah, but the whole movie, like, that girl's hyping Kong up. Kong doesn't bow to anyone.
Right.
Kong's the king. Kong this, Kong that. And like, dude, when it came down to the fight, he didn't really do much.
Play dead. Turn the engines off.
Like he did more in Skull Island than he fucking did in Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, you're fighting little fucking creatures over here that you could step on and squish, But when you fight a fucking lizard that's almost taller than you, and they're about the same height in this movie for some reason.
I just love how he kept trying to do what he did with the T-Rex, where he kept like putting his hands in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, how stupid are you, dude? Like he keeps burning your hands every time you do that. But like my favorite part though is like it just reminds me of like a high school fight. You know what I mean? Like Kong's like getting, you know, teachers holding Kong like it's okay as the other kid is like getting dragged away by the school cop. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, turn the engines off, dude. And he's like sitting there, you know, on the boat, tired as hell. And Zilla's just sitting in the water like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheese in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but Kong didn't bleed.
Yeah, that did annoy me.
He got his whole chest scratched up, and there was no blood. Like, it was red from where he scratched, but there was nothing, like, dripping.
I think the only time you seen blood was when they were fighting underwater and Zilla bit him.
Yeah, but even that was minimal.
Yeah.
And he got the cut on his shoulder, like, there was no blood there. I didn't like that.
I just don't get why in the middle of the fight, though, it went from them, like, beating the hell out of each other to, like, all of a sudden, Zilla turned into Catwoman and was like, yeah! Like, digging into his chest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it was more to show that Godzilla can do a bunch. You know, like, he can...
I got sharp nails.
He knows what he's doing. He's fought... You know, when he fought all the other monsters in the previous movies, he just shot a laser.
So, like...
You know?
Like Mothra, for example. He literally swallows Mothra.
Mm-hmm.
Mothra is 2 times bigger than King Kong.
Yeah.
But then this movie, they were like, the same size.
Yeah, I think that was more for the fight to seem fair.
It would have been unfair if
he
comes up to fucking Godzilla's kneecap.
If they made Godzilla his actual size in this movie, I think I wouldn't have so much anger towards the movie. Because then it would have been more realistic on why he was throwing King Kong around like a little bitch.
Right. Because there's even times in the movie itself, though, where, like, they even upscaled Zilla and then downscaled him in the very next shot.
Yeah.
Like, in the water scene, for example, with his tail. His tail alone was the size of 4 of those destroyers. You know what I mean? But then he gets on the carrier, and now his tail's like 10 feet long.
Yeah.
Like, what?
His tail wraps around Kong twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when they're standing next to each other, they're the same size.
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. Kong is pretty wide, so that didn't add up.
Right.
There was a lot that they missed on minor shit.
Action-wise speaking, though, for the action scenes, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, the action scenes are great. I wish they were longer. You know, like when you have a verse movie, like any movie that's a versus, I don't want a fucking 4-minute fight scene.
Well,
just because you have 3 or 4 of them, I don't give a shit. I want a fucking 10, 20-minute battling out to the fucking death, a shit ton of shit breaking, people dying. I want it intense.
Why is it always Tokyo? though? Why is it always like any movie?
They're bringing it back to its original.
They're just like, let's fucking
Tokyo.
destroy Tokyo.
Tokyo's like his base.
It's like the Madison Square Garden of any monster movie fight is Tokyo.
Yeah. They like their monsters.
But the fact that they were like fighting there, you know what I mean? And then it like when they start fighting Mecha too, and it still shows people like running on the streets next to them. I'm like, why are you still there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, we've been evacuating for like 8 hours now. Like, how the hell are people still right there though?
Yeah, I didn't get that. The whole evacuation shit, that was weird. It definitely made it more intense of a final scene when you saw the people running.
Yeah.
I give it that, but I don't know. I mean, you see a giant lizard coming, you got a gorilla there. Like, you're still there when the third one comes? clearly you need to work out or you just need to die. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Something's wrong with you.
I don't care what you do for a living, but your job is not that important.
Like, their first fight is a solid 8 minutes, 6, 7 minutes, somewhere around there, before Mecha comes.
Yeah.
And they have, like, I think it was 40 minutes before Godzilla even got there, they started evacuating.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, then think about the actual amount of time, though, it would have taken Kong to climb down up that hole. I don't know if you call it climbing down or up, because at some point, gravity switches.
Yeah, once gravity
You know what I mean? Because they didn't go through the portal. He just dug a straight hole with the beam.
No, because gravity didn't switch, because when he shot his laser, it came down.
No, it came up.
Did it? So then he jumped halfway down, and then climbed the rest of it.
Right. At what point do you realize, though, that you hit that halfway mark?
When you start falling the other way. I mean, I don't know.
Like, you jump down and you're like, woo! And then what? Then you just,
"Ah,
stop?
shit.
Right, now you gotta
wall."
rotate. Like, just think about the amount of time, though, it would have had to have taken him to, like, actually climb that. Because you know Zilla was, like, probably sitting at that hole for, like, a good hour. Like, come on, monkey man.
I don't know, though. He's big. And he's fast at climbing. That's his thing.
Well, I don't care how big you are when you're 47 miles down into the earth. It's going to take you some time.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much time. I don't know if I can make a prediction on time for that.
It's that whole gravity thing.
Yeah.
It confuses me.
I'd give it at least, let's say at least 30 minutes to climb that. At least. So at that point, you're looking at almost an hour and a half and you're still there. Before the fight even starts.
Yeah.
Suspense.
There was no suspense in this movie.
I'd give it a little bit.
For what? For what aspect?
You always wanted to see what was coming. Like when they went into the incubator with the eggs. Like that, I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I was quite questioning that. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that was a little tease right there.
I'll give it like,
I don't want to say a lot of suspense. There was definitely more thrill. Thrill was pretty high. It was an intense movie. You felt shit coming on. You knew what was gonna happen. They threw in a lot of twists.
A lot of curveballs.
Yeah. They really set themselves up for a ton
more movies on both aspects.
That's more what this movie was. This movie was just a little tease on what's to come.
Right.
That's what I would
It's hard to make Zilla movies, though.
I don't
but
know.
I guess with the Hollow Earth...
Japan's got like 30 of them. So, I mean, those fuckers clearly are creative.
Yeah, but now, like... My honest to God, like, only question throughout that whole movie, right, was, like, right after they got done fighting, I was like, who the fuck has to clean this up?
Your tax dollars.
But I'm saying, like just that road alone where he shot his laser beam down into Hollow Earth, how do you fix that? Because now there's no ground for foundation to repair that section of road.
You don't fix it, bro. You just gotta throw some dirt down and let it sit in that middle where it's just floating there.
Just gotta keep dumping cement down there until it, like, just stops.
Yeah, I don't really, there's no fixing that. A shit ton of money and a shit ton of people.
I think it was a good movie. I didn't like it. It was a good movie, though. It was a good movie to start another section of movies.
It was a good standalone movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla movies are they're usually pretty good with their storyline and their action.
The last two have been good. I did not like any of the Japan ones.
Oh, I liked them.
I couldn't do the, clearly it was a action figure toy that they were like, "Rawr!"
Yeah, well, it's so old movie. What do you expect? We've come a long way, and this really, like, that's why I have more appreciation for Godzilla because they've showed where they've started and how shitty it was in the 40s,
yeah,
50s, and to where they are now. They've made crazy progress.
oh yeah,
Kong, we've kind of gotten all the same things. There really hasn't been a big difference in Kong.
you can't really mess with a monkey.
His hair's gotten a little whiter. I mean,
He's gotten gray.
yeah, he's definitely gotten gray.
Yeah.
He's getting old. But when he went to his fucking home, you saw the spears and all the other weapons that were in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, opened for a whole new world. But no monkey. So
Uno monkey.
I feel like there's gonna be monkeys. He's gonna have a family. He's gonna find one. You know, we barely even saw his world, so I feel like we're gonna find.
And I love on how like they like at the end of the movie it shows it's like ooh hollow Earth like Kong observation camp number 1. You know what I mean? And it's like okay, y'all aren't like equipped to defend yourselves against those things.
How do you defend yourself against a Titan?
I don't mean just the Titans, like even those crab things that were walking around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You don't.
those birds.
They're just not used to it. They don't know. But I mean, if you bring it back to like the older movies, you got the original King Kong, you got the Song of Kong.
Where does he find a mate though?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Kong.
saying. They're gonna do a new movie of Kong, 100%,
Right.
and he's gonna find something, or they're gonna make a DNA one.
Clone him. Test tube baby.
That might be the thing, and that's kind of what I was getting the feel for when he was in his little igloo thing.
When he takes this little tree, dude, and like throws it, and I was like, "What's he doing?" And it hit. I was like, "Oh, I'm like, we're in the Hunger Games."
Yeah, because you never saw him go there.
Yeah.
He's at his island and kills the only dude that stays to fucking capture him or kill him.
Yeah. And then now they trap him on his own island in a containment facility. Like what?
Right, now he's magically.
If he's such a badass monkey, how is he getting handled to all hells by people the size of ants to him?
Well, they said that something happened to the island. I forget what exactly they said, but they did like touch briefly on it.
They touch briefly on a lot of things, and they don't go into depth about it. Not enough for you to be like, oh, okay. Just enough for you to be like, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Because the girl comes from the island, too. She's the only person that survived.
I don't care.
And they adopted her.
Yeah, she's got that little stupid monkey.
Dude, it's awesome. She made out twigs. Hell yeah, dude.
Overall, I think it was an okay movie. It was a good movie to watch for the action scenes. Everything else, it was just slow. It's a slow movie.
It was a more focus on a storyline instead of a fight.
Yeah.
Which is what the movie was built up to be.
Yeah.
So, I give it... What would you rate it on a 5-star?
On a 5-star, I personally rated it at a 3.
A 3?
Yeah, that's what I reviewed the movie at. Was a 3-star.
I gave it a 3.5. So we're about the same.
Yeah.
Usually I rate I give a movie a 3 if I'd watch it again. I'd definitely watch it again. I enjoyed the movie.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've watched it 4 times now.
I've watched it twice.
I've watched it 4 times. I'm just at home. I'm like, I need something on for the background. Boom, Kong versus Zilla.
You know, I watched it twice. But I watched the original Kong vs. Godzilla movie before I watched this one. Because it's...
That had to be aesthetically like pleasing to go from that to this.
Yeah.
That had to be so nice to like turn it on and be like,
nothing
graphics.
Like some little puppets fighting. But you had to watch the original one. Because it goes more into depth of how the axes came to be, how the weapons are. it gives you a little taste of his home more than this movie did.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend watching the original one if you can. Pretty sure you can find it on Amazon. But
Prime Video.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on there.
Prime Voodoo.
I think, or might not be yet, but I think HBO Max is getting all the Godzillas.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so it'll be on there soon. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it for sure. It's definitely worth a watch. There was just a lot of downfalls that, for a verse movie, I did not enjoy.
Yeah. It was kind of disappointing.
A little bit, yeah. But there'll be another fight. Hopefully.
Alright, well this has been Slaughter Review. And please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends. Leave comments. Tell us what you guys want us to review next. We love watching movies.
And tell us what you thought of the movie.
Yeah. Leave your own review for us.
Oh, yeah. For sure.